Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, positivity pushers. It is your host, Antonio Santoro, with my guest. Let me get that out of the way. My guest, Miss Jasmine Lovell. She's in the studio this morning. You got Rocco in the background. Say hello, Rocco.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Hope you're well.
Yes, hope you're well. Yes, good morning to everybody again. Y'all know what to do. Y'all go ahead and I feel like this is Periscope. Share this broadcast. Go ahead and share this broadcast now. We're about to start. Join us. Here we go. All right, good morning to everybody. Good morning. This is going to be an incredible show. I'm really excited about this show. Let me get that out of the way. All right. About to start this thing. Jasmine, how you feeling this morning?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know it's rainy outside here in North Carolina this morning, but we're bringing some sunshine this morning. It's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. So if you have not shared, go ahead and share. Share this broadcast. Good morning, Brenda, my mother, tried and true. Mom is in the house. All right. Let's go ahead and record there. All right, we're about to start this thing. So good morning to everybody. Thank you again for coming on in. And that is the intro. Let's get this thing going. Good morning, positivity pushers. Welcome to your winning weekend wake-up call. This is the Positivity Push with your host, Antonio Santoro, live here on 103.5 FM WCOM, Chapel Hill in Carborough's Community Radio. You're listening to the Positivity Push with your host, Antonio Santoro, in the hot seat live on 103.5 FM WCOM and on 103.5 WCOMFM.org around the world. And you can join us in the studio on the Positivity Push Facebook page. Join us in the studio, myself and my guests. It's going to be a good show. Y'all sit back, relax, and be positive this next hour. All right. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Let's start a little bit more over that way. Yeah, I want you in the camera. All right, so good morning. Thank you for sharing. I hope you guys are doing well this morning. We are back. We're back. It's been a few weeks, y'all. I hope you guys have been staying positive while I've been on hiatus a little bit. But you got Thanksgiving, you got weddings, you got a lot of different things. So I had to take a little bit of a break, but I'm back. I think this may be the last show for the year. So I've got an incredible guest to finish this year strong with me. Jasmine Lovell is in the building this morning. Super excited that she is on. We've got, this is just really this is a real first time actually connecting, but I feel like she's my sister from another mister. I love it. So we just clicked, right? So if you've not shared this broadcast, I don't know what you're waiting on. Push the positive vibes this morning. It is going to be good. We got some of your fans on here.
I see.
I love it. I know. Listen, gas her up, hype her up, pump the heart, share this broadcast, get people on this morning. And it's going to be really, really good. I had to start off with a Christmas song because we are literally 10 days from Christmas. Have you done your Christmas shopping?
No.
No. I haven't either. I've got a few more things to get. I think my mom is on right now. Still got to get her gifts. But yeah, I'm excited. I love this holiday season. It just allows us, even with the hustle and bustle, it allows us to just reflect on the year and also reflect on really just the true meaning. Like, what is this really about? And so I'm super excited again to have you all on. As you all come on again, feel free to share. You know, I know it's early. I know it's raining this morning in North Carolina. But wake up and win with us this morning. We were talking about, by the way, throughout the show, feel free to put questions, comments, all that stuff. Tell us where you're watching from, all that stuff. We would love to give you a shout out over the airwaves. But we're talking about the power of preparation and how preparation is key. We oftentimes forget to prepare, right? We think that at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, we're going to be ready, right? Well, I have a guru in this thing. She actually has her own business. She's an entrepreneur that actually trains up assistants. What? Like, when I tell you this right here, she's found her niche and found her demographic to serve. Everybody wants to raise up a leader, which again, I'm not saying assistants aren't leaders. You know, executive assistants, they got leadership qualities as well. But you don't find people, come on. Yes, you can. Bishop Ronald Godby is in the house, Durham, North Carolina, of the River Church. Yeah, he is, and also a previous guest on the show. Thank you, sir. Wipe the sleep out of your eyes, sir. We had a good time last night. Speaking of serving and assisting, last night, the River Church, we celebrated our leaders and our volunteers, and it was an incredible time. I tell you, I posted for all that we sowed this year, we reaped it in joy on that dance floor. Because I'm telling you, I had a good old time. I had to wake up. I was like, get the crud out of my eyes. So it was good stuff. But we're talking about that, the power of preparations. Listen, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. All right, let's jump into this. I'm excited, y'all. And that was Joy to the World, the rendition by Avalon. Listen, I love that song. It was a great song to just wake up and win to, because it is that time of year where we are doing hustling and bustling, and we're really just, again, in the throes of the holidays. And of course, you gotta wake up and enjoy where we are in this time and season. So I'm excited about this time and season. I'm excited about this morning, and I'm excited about this show. And for all those listening and viewing on Facebook Live, you are listening to the Positivity Push live on 103.5 FM WCOM, and we are back, y'all. It's been a few weeks off, I know, but we are back, and I want to welcome all the listeners this bright. Well, it's not necessarily super bright. It's rainy here in North Carolina, but I want to welcome all the listeners this Saturday morning. It's bright somewhere on 103.5 over the airwaves for your dose of positivity. Thank you for joining me. Also, the viewers. That's right, the viewers on Facebook Live on the Positivity Push page. While you're at it, visit thepositivitypush.com. You can check out old interviews. You could check out inspirational material, all that stuff. If you want to book me to speak, I would love to do that. And you can also purchase my new book there. You can just go on there, thepositivitypush.com, and just have a field day. And if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for joining the Positivity Push. We want to welcome you to the most positive place on the planet, located in the corner of Chapel Hill in Carborough, North Carolina. This is your feel-good fix. And you know what? We deserve to feel good every once in a while. And even at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, waking up and winning, it's time to feel good. So this show and movement is to inspire, encourage, and empower people through various interviews and uplifting music. So I want to thank you all again for starting your weekend off with me. And not just me, y'all. not just me, my guest as well. I'm super excited to have my guest in the studio. Let me go ahead and just speak on her. The Positivity Push wants to welcome a powerful woman that has found her purpose in walking boldly in it. She is gifted at what she does and maximizes the gifts and talents that she possesses. One thing about her, when she knows something works, she empowers others to do it well. There's just something that I've noticed about her. We find our success in being a servant. You hear me all the time speaking about we find our success in being servants, sowers, and seekers. All right, we secure our success by being servants, sowers. What are we sowing into people? And seekers. Who are we seeking? Obviously, I seek God. I know Jasmine as a fellow believer and my sister in Christ. She seeks God, and as we seek God, we will find great success as well. So what are you seeking as well? So we find our success in being a servant. This woman has a servant's heart and is surely successful because of it. She's an entrepreneur, teaching other success strategies through service. I've witnessed her in action, I'm telling you, and she is truly a woman of excellence. I am grateful for her presence on the Positivity Push this morning. Welcome, Jasmine Lovell. Jasmine, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm super excited that you're on. How are you feeling this morning?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm super excited. And I was talking earlier, have you gotten some Christmas shopping done?
I have not.
No?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, you got 10 more days. It is the 15th of December, so you got 10 more days, and that's okay. But you know what? You are prepared. You got a list, right?
I got a list. I know everybody that I'm going to bring and buy presents for, and it's okay.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay. So we're going to talk about that. That's exactly what our show's about. It's called the power of preparation. You know, you may not have the outcome yet, but at least you're prepared. She's got a wish list, and so do I. I've got some things I still got to purchase as well, but it's all good. So I'm super excited about this time and season, and I'm glad that you're on, Jasmine. Thank you for waking up and winning with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's going to be really, really good. So listen, we're going to jump in with Jasmine right after this song, One Call Away by Charlie Puth. All right. Good morning. Stephen Chestnut is in the building. Thank you so much. Hope I'm on everyone's list. Stephen. All right. Good to know. So good morning to everybody. Thank you all again for joining us. Tell us where you're watching from. Feel free to comment and question this one right here. We're going to talk again about the power of preparation and how, in order to, and I say this later on in the interview, but how you end a thing is how you're going to start a thing. How are you ending this year? Are you ending unprepared? Are you ending with some loose ends? Are you ending with no dreams or visions? What are you honestly? How are you ending this year? And that's really what you're going to walk into 2019. There's nothing magical. I'm going to say this again. There's nothing magical about the stroke of midnight. All right. There's nothing magical about New Year's Eve and the stroke of midnight. You can dance your way into 2019. You can pray your way into 2019. You can sleep your way into 2019. But I'm here to tell you, nothing's magical about it. What are you doing today, December 15th, to prepare on how to end strong and start even stronger? Because 2019, we always say it's going to be your year, but how much work have you put toward it? I think that's really important for, it's interesting. I saw something this morning on social media or something. For every new beginning, there has to be an ending, right? There has to be a strong ending. So we got this new beginning, this new 2019, but you got to end 2018 appropriately. So that's why I've got Jasmine on this morning. Jasmine is, again, an entrepreneur. She raises up leaders in their own right, and I've seen her in action. This is actually, and I think I shared a little bit earlier, but this is the first time we've actually really connected, right? I've seen her move and shake in ministry and kind of watch from a distance. You have those people. Good morning, Cecil. How are you, sir? But you kind of have these people to watch from a distance. That's kind of what I did. I was like, what's this woman about? There's something about her. So yeah, again, we just connected. I said, I think I got to have you on. And I was praying about it, and I'm telling you, it was really, I'm not trying to get super deep, but God told her the same thing, like, hey, you're going to be on this show. So here we are. So you're originally from Virginia.
Well, I was born in New York. And then moved to Virginia.
Virginia,
okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then you moved here just...
It's been about a year and 15 months.
Okay.
15 months total, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do you like North Carolina?
I'm getting used to it, yeah.
Right, far from New York, at the beach, exactly. And that was One Call Away by Charlie Puth. And yet, you know what? Superman's got nothing on us this morning. I love that lyric and that song. Superman's got nothing on me. And that's what we're talking about this morning. We're talking about how we can activate our superpowers and the power of preparation. And we've got some people on Facebook Live. Janae said, my guest here, Janae, right? Yeah. Janae Brown says that she's a whole bundle of greatness and excellence. Let me tell you, Janae, I'm going to have you just introduce her because she's thebomb.com, right? So listen, I've got my guest. First of all, you're listening to the Positivity Push on 103.5 FM WCOM with your host, Antonio Santoro. So listen, I've taken a few weeks off from the studio because of holidays and other engagements, but I'm here back in the hot seat, and when I was preparing for this particular show, I prayed, and as I typically do, and this guest really fell in my spirit. I was like, I really haven't connected with her like that, but let's just see where this goes. And we've crossed paths occasionally through ministry. However, this morning, we're getting to know a little bit more about each other, and she's, again, my new sister and positivity pusher. As I stated, she is a woman of excellence and exhibits that in everything she does. As I was preparing for this show, all I could think about regarding her is, this is only the beginning. I don't know if I said that. No. Okay, so it was interesting because when I was thinking about this and I was praying about it, I was like, this is only the beginning. I'm not saying this radio show, but I'm just saying, like, this, where she is right now in life, y'all better get to know her. You need to get to know her now so that whenever she's at the top, which she's at the top of her game now, but whenever she even elevates even higher, this is someone you need to know. So this is only the beginning for her, and that's really what just kind of rang with me. She's taking over, and I'm excited to have her on my show this morning. You were all in for a treat, and again, I'm grateful for Jasmine, but I cannot, so first of all, thanks again for joining.
Thank you for inviting me.
I can't thank you enough. But let me get the formalities out of the way. Jasmine Lovell is an upbeat motivator with a burning passionate desire to train others in excellence. I love it, train others in excellence. She's the founder and CEO of Jasmine's Assistants, a personal assistant for Dr. Faith C. Wakoma, and the executive assistant of the Assistant Secretary of the state of North Carolina. Y'all, she's doing the thing. She's doing the thing. Her goal is to help develop, train, and equip others with the necessities in assisting in her experience. She's worked alongside pastors, supervisors, managers, directors, and all types of C-level executives from small businesses to multi-million-dollar corporations. With over 15 years of training and development, she has learned to adapt to different temperaments and collaborate with whomever she's assigned to. These skills have not only helped her teach others in how to understand the purpose of their position, but to be the example. Every business, her quote is, every business and corporation has a problem. The job of an assistant is to be the solution. So are you the solution to people's problems? That's where where we find our success, by being a solution, by being someone that serves. And again, that's what she raises up. I'm super excited again. So let's jump into this, y'all. Let's jump in. We are just weeks away from another year ending. I mean, can you believe 2018 flew by just like that? And again, the key word is almost. It's almost over, right? Did you know you still have time? You still got just a few more weeks to tie up the loose ends, make final arrangements, and prepare. I'm going to use that. I'm just going to sit that for a second. Prepare. You have the time to prepare. There is power in preparation and process. You see preparations being made for the holidays, which ultimately end up in a successful experience. Today, we're going to discuss the power of preparation with my guest and guru of preparation herself, Jasmine. I'm super excited that you're here again, Jasmine.
Thank you.
So, Jasmine, tell us, when we say the power of preparation, what's that actually mean?
To me, it's going to mean organization. It's going to mean being able to be on time, being able to do your research and understanding what you're doing. Preparation is all about being prepared. So knowing what you're doing before you have to do it.
Yeah. And so let me just ask, what if you just don't, what if you say to yourself, hey, I'm just not organized. You can go to my desk and there's papers everywhere. That's just not a key trait of mine.
Well, I'm going to say good, because the first thing you want to do is be able to admit that you have this issue.
Right.
That you don't know how to be organized.
Right, that's good. Self-awareness.
Yes,
Self-awareness.
you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think, again, what I also loved about that was research. Oftentimes, I'm not going to say oftentimes, but a lot of times you see people go on a whim, or of what they think, or the narrative that they create, rather than actually doing the research. We'll talk a little bit about the importance of that.
Because you want to be able to have a conversation. So when you're going off of what you think you know and you don't have facts, people know that you don't know.
That's so true.
And so you don't want to embarrass yourself. You're always setting yourself in to be an example, working in excellence. And when you don't know, again, people know.
Yeah, that's so true. Listen, do the research, get those facts right, because you don't want alternative facts. You don't want to look like Boo-Boo the Fool, all right?
No.
So, Jasmine, tell us a little bit about your story. Tell us how, in your story, in your life story, how did you identify in your own life that preparation is key?
Because I wasn't always prepared, I wasn't always organized, and so I learned from my failures.
How did that show up in your life?
When it came down to meetings, or when it came down to having to have a schedule ready for my executive or my boss. And you don't like how you feel when you don't have everything together, or someone has to ask you twice. I don't like when someone has to ask me for something twice. And so it doesn't feel good.
No.
And so from there, it was like, okay, I got to do better. I have to schedule out my day. I have to plan out their day and incorporate what I need to do in that day.
Sure.
Make use of my time wisely.
Sure. That's important. So as we mentioned, I think during the song, you grew up in New York and then moved to Virginia, and then you recently moved down here and took on, as I mentioned in your bio, took on a role of assistance for Dr. Faith Wacoma. Come on, which is incredible honor. So, I'm deviating a little bit from the questions here. When we talk about assistance, or executive assistance or preparation, when you prepare for these leaders, these directors, what have you, I find, and tell me if I'm wrong here, I find many people want access to the leader, right?
Sir.
Right? Right? Many people want access to that leader, the director, the manager, what have you. However, and this is just, I'm putting a little cheat code out there, I'm blowing the cover. The access is through the assistant, Like if I'm trying to get to, let's just say Dr. Faith Wacoma, if I'm trying to get to that, or your boss, I need to get in with you, Tell me a little bit about that relationship dynamic. What's important about that gatekeeper type?
It's very important because you are the gatekeeper. Yeah. You are in control of who has access. And so you being the assistant, it's your job to make sure that they're protected at all times. Because your job is to help them and to make their life easier. And so you want to make sure that the person that is trying to connect, normally assistants have an amazing sense of discernment. So the discernment is really high, so them being able to sense or feel good or bad, whether it's the right timing or the wrong timing. So having that, understanding that is imperative, and it has to be sharpened on a daily. There's a lot of things that you come against because you're taking on the protection of the pastor. It comes through you first. And so it gets to a place where you meet people that just want to get connected
Sure.
to whoever you're
Sure.
I don't say guarding, but whoever you're assisting,
Yeah, I'm sure. Because again, as the gatekeeper, you kind of see the good, bad, and the ugly coming too.
And you have to keep a straight face with it. Like you have to
talk about that.
Yeah, you have to still love. Like you cannot show.
Keep it
I
professional,
know. I know what your motives are. You have to keep it professional. Yep. You have to still love them.
Yeah.
You have to still do the assignment, whether they are booking for an appointment, a meeting, and you know that it's just not.
Right. I got it.
Pure.
I got it. Right. Not pure. Not right. Not just something not right. That's really important. And then I also wanted to. This just kind of came up to me. I know. Again, we'll jump right back into this in a second. But the question also that I had was, again, for those listening and for those that are watching on Facebook Live, Jasmine raises up in these servant leaders. People that assist and serve in this capacity and prepare not just for themselves but for others. So talk a little bit about, as I mentioned, I think even before the show or during the song, talk a little bit about, there's this trend about raising up leaders, right? You're raising up servant leaders, people, assistants to those quote unquote directors, executives, managers, what have you, pastors. What's the major differentiation there, or if there is one? And where do you see? Why do you find? I'm sorry. Where did you find this niche? Like, why did you find this niche? Why were you called to people that have this assistant type of quality?
Well, I don't think there is any difference. I think serving is serving on any level in any capacity. I feel like for me, how I found this niche was when I was younger. My mom's a cosmetologist, and so I would have to go to the salon. And so at that point, it was when I was at the salon, that wasn't my mommy. That was her. That was the owner. And so I had to separate the difference working at 12 years old with my mom and being able to assist her. And I found so much joy in just making her life as easy, whether it was getting her food, whether it was sweeping the floor, whether it was cleaning the bathrooms. And from there, it just flowed over into my life and my work etiquette. So I love what I do.
Sure.
And I feel like you have to love what you do, and it's not work. It's something that you find pleasure in. It's something that you find joy in when you're doing, and then you know that you're doing something for people of God. That just it's a compassion for me to make sure that everybody is okay.
Sure. Just fulfilling for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really powerful. And again, as we were talking a little bit about preparation and process. In life, process is pivotal, for the desired outcome. For example, to land that job, you need to prepare and, as you mentioned, research. And there's that process, looking sharp for the interview, ironing your clothes, making sure you're right. That's all part of preparation and process. And we have those processes in life. So I just want to encourage those, because that's what I do. Those listening and those that are watching, if you're in the middle of a process right now, please know it is for your good. It's character building. It's building up qualities within you that you may not even know you have, right? It's Whitney Houston, before she passed, released a song. I didn't know my own strength. You didn't know your own strength until you went through that process. And so in that preparation, you're sharpening, as you mentioned, Jasmine. Jasmine mentioned the daily sharpening of her discerning, her intuition, her discernment gift, and then just this whole idea of preparing, whether it be the skill of organization, the skill of researching, the skill of time management, all of that is a part of the process as well. So if you're in the middle of a process, which many of us may be in, I want you to know it may not always feel good, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So just stay on track. Listen, this is going to, it's really going to benefit you. It's all going to work together for the good. I love that. Why is process and preparation so important, Jasmine? What's so important about this? Because again, as I mentioned, there is a process to everything. Life has that process, and the process is paramount for development. It's character building. And productivity is promised with process. So we talk about productivity and preparation. You can't be productive without preparation,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
So we can't be premature. I was writing this down. You cannot be premature in your preparation, because premature preparation, it's unproductive, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what's important about that, the process of preparation.
And you said something really, really good as far as the premature preparation. I want to say it was Benjamin Franklin that said, failing to plan is planning to fail. And so knowing that you don't have a plan, you set yourself up for failure. Yeah. And it's just like if you think of sports. So if you think of basketball, they go through conditioning, they go through the training, they go through the discipline in their body to make sure that when they get out on the field or when they get out on the court, that they're ready. Whether they win or lose, they're ready and they're prepared. And so with us, it's the same thing. We just have to, if this is what we want to do, we have to be dedicated to it. We have to be our own encourager, encouraging ourselves.
That's powerful.
Because there are going to be people that are with you in the beginning because it's exciting, and then once that feeling dwindles, it could possibly just be you standing there, and so you have to be able to be dedicated, be motivated, and want this. Like, it has to be a passion. It can't be just something that you're doing because everyone else is doing. It can't be something that you're doing that people are telling you that you're good at. And that's where you find your niche. And then at that point, being able to study, being able to look at other people. Sometimes it's a place where you're pioneering this thing and you're the first to do it. And so that's where even more research comes. That's when reading comes. There's always going to be resources for you. Asking people, being able to have accountability partners when you don't feel like waking up in the morning to come to work.
Come on.
When you
because I was even thinking, like, as someone that prepares for not just yourself but for others, it's a tiring. It's really a tiring experience for you. I mean, again, you really have to find that passion and that joy in it, to serve others. That's really important for the process. Anything else about that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, you have to find the joy in it. That's going to give you your strength.
That's the joy. The joy is your strength. And again, how can we, as we get ready to jump into this next song, tell us the key qualities, because again, as I was just mentioning, it could be long hours. You could be breaking out a product table till at midnight. It's long hours to serve others, and then again, prepare for yourself. Tell us about the key qualities or clues that show up if you're well prepared.
That's a good question. So, key qualities when you're being well prepared, I'm going to say is,
So, like, for example, so when I'm well prepared, less stress, less anxiety, right?
Okay.
So, and you mentioned excellence earlier, so operating in that excellence, what other key qualities show up in our lives when we know we're well prepared?
Fruitfulness. I mean, you're able to see the productivity. You're able to see the benefits of what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it.
And so that's gonna be the key thing, to know that you're doing what you need to do. Whether it's one person that you reach or 5,000, going in it with the motive of I'm doing this because I'm out to help someone, or I'm doing this because this is what I'm called to do. The fruitfulness will show.
That's really good. So your productivity is contingent on your preparation, right? So I think that's my positive PowerPoint. Your productivity is contingent on the preparation, because if you're not productive in an area, say, okay, this interview this morning, right? If I just said, all right, Jasmine, just meet me here 8 o'clock in the morning, we're good. Put away all like the notes and everything, and we're just talking. It could really have the potential to flop. This interview could really flop. Because again, this is the first time we're really like connecting like this, and it could really flop. But preparation, notes, she's got her notes, her sticky notes out here like crazy. I love it. But preparation has allowed us to have a productive interview, a productive show this morning. And I think that's really important to note. Productivity is contingent on your preparation. Good stuff. Listen, we're going to jump in with Jasmine a little bit after this next couple of songs. We've got Fearless. It's a brand new song out by Michelle Williams. And you got to be fearless as well. You really have to be fearless when you walk in this thing of preparation. Because as you mentioned, sometimes you're going to be standing by yourself. Sometimes you're just going to be standing by yourself. And you got to be fearless. So we'll be right back with Jasmine after this next couple songs. Fearless by Michelle Williams. All right. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. Good morning to everybody. Thank you all for joining us. If you've not shared this broadcast, go ahead and share on your Facebook. Just click share. Isn't she excellent? Sheila Stanley. Thank you for joining us, Sheila. All right, Mama Sheila's in the house. There's my brother. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for joining us. If you will share the positivity push on your Facebook page, push out the positive vibes this morning. Wake up and win with us. We're talking about the power of preparation, and we're talking about how we prepare strong so that we can be productive strong, right? Roy J. Dawson, good morning again. I'm back. All right, thank you for joining me. Roy J. Dawson Jr., Nicole Taylor, yay. All right, awesome. Listen, loving Jasmine's tribe showing up. I love it. Y'all, if you have not liked this page, go like this page as well, the Positivity Push, and join us on the show as well. Who knows? You could be the next guest. I'm always looking for great people with a great grind. That's what I tell people. It's like, you got a positive grind, get you on here, we could talk. Aren't you proud of her? This is good stuff. So, we're talking about the power of preparation. If you have a question for my guest Jasmine or myself about how to prepare adequately, or how to assist others with excellence, or how, you may not be organized. What skills do you need to really excel in life in this area? Feel free to type those questions down at the bottom, and we'll make sure to. Hey, you know what? That's what this microphone's for. We will shout you out over the airwaves. So proud of Jasmine, Chandra Watson. All right. So you're feeling good, right?
I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good as well. Listen, y'all, I don't typically move the camera like this, but I'm blowing your cover. Y'all see power of preparation. All that is power of preparation. So listen, she walks her word. She does her thing. Good stuff. My dear friend Jonna is on. She says good stuff. Jasmine, she goes to my church as well. Roy, Jasmine is a great person. So proud of her. She's also a great friend. Listen, the one thing that I love is people are not just talking about, this is awesome. People are not talking about just how proud they are of you. They're talking about your integrity. They're talking about how good of a person you are. So that just goes to show, your success comes not just from the public microphone life, but what are you doing behind the scenes? Are you preparing privately? How do you keep your mind focused on the task? Oh, I love this. How do you keep your, oh my gosh, people are lighting this up. How do you keep your mind focused on the task that leads you to your vision? All right. How do you keep your mind focused? So, how do you keep your mind focused?
Organization is going to be the number one that I say for everything. Prayer.
Prayer
is definitely number one. Because that clears your mind. That has you to have that clear communication and channel with the Lord.
I think, again, we are transformed by the renewing of our minds, right? So daily waking up and renewing our minds, saying, this is going to be a day where I win. This is going to be a day where I conquer something today. This is going to be a day that I learn something, right? So, exactly, declarations. We talk about on the show often about affirmations and declarations, and it's really important. So,
Yeah, and God will give you the strategy. He'll give you the blueprint. He'll give you everything. You'll be amazed when you give it to God and say, God, hey, I don't know what to do. You'll be amazed how much detailed information that He'll give you to help you push what He's already birthed inside.
That's exactly right. You know, that's exactly right. Affirmations. Yes, affirmations such as, you know what, today I am walking in peace, right? Yeah. Today I have a sense of peace. Today I am, I speak abundance in everything that I touch. Everything that I touch shall multiply. Everything that I speak shall bring forth life. You know, those are affirmations, right? So that's something that's a great question. If there's any more questions or comments, feel free to go ahead. If you've not shared this broadcast, go ahead and share it. Push out the positive vibes. This is also going to be posted on the Positivity Push website, thepositivitypush.com. All right. So while we've got this song playing, we're not going to listen to this whole song. It's Go the Distance. Listen, we got to go the distance in life. Go purchase this book.
Yes.
All right, y'all, listen. So your boy right here is a brand new author. Came out about a month ago. I know, I'm super excited, right? Right? I'm super excited. So this is a 40-day devotional and journal. Feel free to go to thepositivitypush.com. Right now, just for December, it is a reduced price. Why, you may ask? Well, on January 1st, I'm doing a 40-day fast and a 40-day devotional reading. And I'm going to do a 40-day Facebook Live. We go through this book together, right? We fast, we pray, and we do the devotion together. So it really is going to launch us into 2019. Catapult is the name, so it's going to catapult us into 2019. So thank you so much for the congratulations. Yeah, I'm raising the roof. So listen, go to the Positivity Push. It's on a reduced price. If you want a signed copy, feel free to message me, and I will sign a copy and send it personally. Would love to do that as well. So please go purchase this book. It will bless your life. All right, what resources do you use to prepare? This is good. To assist an individual that you may have to assist at the last moment. That's good. Okay, so if you don't have... Okay, Jonna says, awesome book, can't wait. Thank you, Jonna. She's already got her book. And so does Brenda, my mom. So people that may not have the time to organize, that last minute, what tools do you have like a project management tool or anything like that you can think of? Or just something personal?
Well, I tell them that first they have to do is tell me what your plan is.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Because if you're not organized, then you don't really have a sound mind of what you're trying to do in the first place. Right. So I ask them what they're trying to do first and help them start from the beginning. A lot of the times, when we get unorganized, it's because we're overwhelmed, and we're overwhelmed because we pick up too much that we can't handle at that particular moment. Yeah. And so I try to get them back to the basics to say, hey, what is your initial intent of what you want to do?
You have to. So I do this. I have this thing called, and someone taught me this, WITCO. What is the complete outcome? WITCO, WITCO. Hashtag WITCO. What is the complete outcome? What is it that you want? What do you desire by the end of the project? All right, we've got to jump back into this because we literally got like 15 minutes. Okay. All right. And that was Go the Distance by Michael Bolton. I know that's a throwback, but listen, you can go the distance in your life, and the only way you can do that is by preparing. You're listening to the Positivity Push with your host Antonio Santoro, live on 103.5 FM WCOM and on Facebook Live. Check us out on Facebook in the studio with myself and my guests. And you can also go to thepositivitypush.com. I'm going to say that again, thepositivitypush.com. While you're there, go ahead and sign up to be a show sponsor. That's right. I am getting ready to renew this contract, hopefully, prayerfully. I may renew this contract of this radio show, and I would love for you to be a sponsor and have your event, your business, your book. Oh, did you say book, Antonio? I did say book, and I'll talk about that in a second. But you can have that over the airwaves and on all social media platforms to bring greater awareness and exposure. But speaking of book, your boy, the positivity pusher himself, Antonio Santoro, has released a book called Catapult. It's a 40-day devotional to cause the course of your conquering. Yeah, life will throw some blows at you, but how are you going to conquer that? And you can go to thepositivitypush.com, and there's a reduced price for the month of December. Go purchase this book. It's a book and journal, 40-day devotional. It will bless your life and push you into a greater positive life that you're called to live. All right, so we're here with Jasmine Lovell in the studio this morning. We're talking about the power of preparation. So earlier this week, I was in prayer, Jasmine, and I really felt this need to talk about don't grow weary, you know, and that's what I felt like the Lord was telling us and telling me in particular. And this last month, a lot of us are just like, oh, I'm so tired, you know, I've worked all year. Many are exhausted from the labors of their year. But I want to encourage the listeners, don't grow weary in well-doing. In due season, in that right time, you will reap if you faint not. So you're going to reap greater joy. You're going to reap greater benefits because of all the work that you put in. Your strength will be renewed. So I want to ask Jasmine, what would you tell those that are just too tired to plan and prepare for their 2019? They're like, you know what, I'm good. You know, what would you tell them?
Going back to what I said, you're putting too much on your plate. Because the only real reason why you're tired, if this is your passion, if this is your desire, there are times where you're going to get tired, but you're not going to get too tired that you don't want to do.
Sure.
So going back to the beginning, going back to the basis of what do you want to do? How start in the beginning, and there's 4 quarters in the year, right? So let's now, instead of you planning out for the whole year of 2019, let's do for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
And let's see what you can.
Chunk it.
Let's see what you can get in that first 3 months. And then set those goals up for the first 3 months and then move from there. And then also going back in 2018, doing an overview of what you did complete and what you didn't complete. And so now you can say, okay, I overextended myself in this area, or I didn't give myself that much time in this area, because we all should know our strengths and weaknesses.
Oh yeah.
And so then I'm going to go ask that question. Okay, so where do you feel like you lacked in? Where do you feel like you could grow in? And so those are the things that you could work on now, the next, 15 days of the month. That's going to be a goal for you. And then at that point, we can transition and to move into what we can actually prepare you in a big picture for 2019.
That's really good. So just to have a post-assessment. So maybe at the end of the year, and I typically do this, just do a 2018 reflections. You know, your strengths, your weaknesses, where did you grow? Where are your deficits? Where are the things that you still got to work on, you know? And then for this upcoming year, and I think that kind of leads into this next question, the strategies on what we can provide listeners and viewers to end the year strong and prepare for 2019 is to chunk our year, you know, to just have bite size. You know, I have one thing that I'm actually going to be putting in my next book is a principle that I've kind of come up with. It's called the Pac-Man principle, where it's just Pac-Man just takes one bite at a time, right? So it's just one little dot. You're not trying to take on the whole elephant, right? You're just piece by piece by piece. You are taking over the year, and I think that's really important. Chunking that year is important. So tell us any more strategies that you can think of that will help us end the year strong and prepare for 2019.
Yeah, you want to, even though we're still looking at the quarters and chunking it, like you said, like those daily goals that you need to make, because that's going to help you get to the ultimate goal. And then, like I said, self-evaluation, looking at yourself in the overview of 2018, and just making sure you're setting realistic goals. Sometimes we'll set these goals that no one can really achieve, but we're so excited about what we can potentially do. And then I'll go back to saying have an accountability partner. And that goes with the self-evaluation. You always want to have someone that's going to be there, that's going to be brutally honest, but being able to encourage you as well. Say, okay, Jasmine, I get that you pretty much do 5 different things, but you may need to taper down in some things. Or I get that you really want to start singing and recording an album next year, but you might want to go and work on the vocal lessons. You know, you need that person that's going to be able to say, not popping your bubble or bursting your bubble, but bring you back into reality. So therefore, you're not disappointed going into 2019 because you didn't complete what you thought you should have completed in 2018.
I'll tell you what, Jasmine, you're hitting all up in my stuff right now. This week, I've been studying accountability, and we all have blind spots. That's one thing that I'm telling you.
That was going to be a post.
I'm telling you, we all have blind spots. And I'm telling you, it's so good. We gotta talk. But yeah, we all have to have accountability. You're good, bad, and ugly. You know, what are the strengths and weaknesses that, you know, if I am in Jasmine's accountability and I'm like, you know what, you may need to get some voice lessons. You know, that's something she can work on. You know, that's important. That's really important. I love that. Love that. So I know we're about to wrap up, Jasmine, but tell us again. You're an entrepreneur, founder of Jasmine's Assistants. Tell us a little bit about that, and then you got something special coming up in January.
I do. Yeah. So, Jasmine's Assistance was actually birthed from God just telling me about Joseph, about Joseph being the second one, and in him being the second one, he had the authority, he had the power, but he had the wisdom, he had the integrity, and that's kind of where the Jasmine's Assistance came from. As far as just not always wanting to be the number one, but being able to encourage that other person to get where they need to get. Sure. So that's kind of where that birthed out of, or it came from. And
then in January.
So I have extended myself into opening up a class. So it's going to be an e-course. It's January 15th, and it's called How to Be an Assistant. So it's going to give you the training. It's going to give you the techniques. It's going to give you the skills. The great thing about it is it's open for even if you don't necessarily want to be an assistant, but you need to learn those skills as far as organizations, details, different temperaments, how to deal with other people, customer service, professionalism. So it's a plethora of things that we're going to go. It's a 4-week course that we're going to get into, and it is open. Registration is open now. You can go to jasminesassistance.com to register. You can email me at jasminesassistance.com with any questions, any concerns. And actually what I'll do today, if people go ahead and register today, I will go ahead and give a discount. You would just go ahead and put the positivity push in the email, and I will go ahead and give you all a discount.
All right. Thank you for that. Yes. Listen, so there's no excuse. You have your gift for the season. Merry Christmas. Yeah. She is giving a discount. If you just put in the code, The Positivity Push, you can join this virtual course, a 4-week course. And again, this is for open to anybody because you don't have to be present. You can just be virtually there. So if you're just if after you reflect on this year, if you know you need some organization skills, or again, as you were mentioning, time management or temperaments, anything like that, this is it, y'all. So y'all, I'm going to post her information, jasminesassistance.com, her email address on the Positivity Push page. So feel free to jump in and take advantage of that. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. So I know, listen, again, we've got a little bit of time, but I love to do this. I really love to do this. I did not give you these questions. I call these, right. So it's not prepared. Okay. 1 or 2 words. It's called rapid fire questions, and just 1 or 2 words. Okay. They're deep, all right, but just 1 or 2 questions.
All right.
Or 1 or 2 answers. What do you hold sacred? What do you hold sacred?
My heart.
Your heart. Love it. What is the greatest truth you embrace in your daily life? The greatest truth.
The greatest truth. I don't know. Let's get that.
We'll come back. We'll pass.
Come back to that one. I'm like,
you're strong. You're independent. You're powerful. All that stuff. So, listen. You're living your purpose when ...
I do what I love for other people.
Love it. Okay. Your biggest obstacle to peace, because we talked about peace earlier. Your biggest obstacle to peace is ...
There isn't any.
Really? gonna find your piece. I love it. I love it. I love
there
it.
isn't any.
I love it. Let's see here. What's a lesson that's taken you the longest to learn? The longest to learn.
The accountability. Yeah.
Accountability. That's important. Where do you feel most at home or at peace?
In my home. You know, in my
space.
My home, in my personal space.
Yeah. And why are we all here?
On Earth.
Just why are we here? Yeah.
To fulfill our purpose.
Yeah.
To spread love, to spread joy, to encourage, to motivate.
Yeah.
To be able to be the example of who God is really wanting us to be, to tell people who He is, just to share our story,
Beautiful.
Our testimony, just to be that example.
Yeah. I love that. Love that. Love that. Powerful stuff, y'all. Powerful. And so, I'm coming back. So, greatest truth that you embrace in your daily life. The greatest truth.
I would say my love, the love that I have for other people.
That's good.
Yeah, and the love that I have for myself.
Self. That's important. Come on.
Yeah. I
That's
had to
important.
find that.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I had to find that though, because I loved other people so much that I depleted the love that I should have had for myself. And so that took a lot, and that's why accountability was one, because I had to be accountable of not loving yourself as much as you love other people.
And that's really important. Again, as we serve others, we have to know that we have to serve ourselves first. You know, the royal law is love others as you love yourself.
Come on, sir.
You know, so you have to love yourself first, right?
Yeah.
So, if you had to walk away with a positive PowerPoint for today, mine is your productivity is contingent on your preparation, right? So, your productivity is contingent on your preparation. What would your positive PowerPoint be from this show? What's one thing that the listeners can walk away from and just be like, wow, that was a good show because of this?
Taking everything daily, taking it on a day-by-day basis. You don't have to rush, because the moment you start rushing, those are the times where error comes into place. So taking life daily.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, I think that's it. It's time to go. Flew by, right?
Yes.
Flew by. I want to thank you, Jasmine, for being here. Thank you so much. Y'all feel free to go capitalize on her offer, jasminesassistance.com for more information. Thank you all for viewing on the Positivity Push Facebook Live with us. If you've not shared this broadcast, go ahead and share it now. It was a great show. Brenda, my mom, says great show. Listen,
Thank you, Mama Brenda.
this is the last show of the year for me. I'm not going to be here next week or the following week. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Prepare for this end of the year and prepare for your next year. All right? It's coming ready or not. It's coming ready or not. So be prepared. All right? All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That's it. Jasmine, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
All right, listen, I need you guys to enjoy your winning weekend. I'm going to be back with you all in 2019 for another edition of The Positivity Push live here on 103.5 FM WCOM. That's our show. I want to thank each and every person to listen and to watch this morning, waking up and winning with us this morning. Again, I'm your host, Antonio Santoro. Find out more information from thepositivitypush.com, thepositivitypush.com. Stay tuned for Rocco and Music Hall from 9 to noon. And always remember, be positive. Good show, good show.
Had a good show.
It was good. Let me get my stuff out of your way, sir.
Get my
Don't forget
stickies.
your flash drive.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah, let me get that out of the
Here
way.
you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, y'all. Wasn't that a good show? Wasn't that really good? That was a great way to end. this year. So, again, I'm Antonio Santoro. your positivity pusher, Jasmine, my guest, Jasmine. Thank you all again for joining us. Share this broadcast if you've not done so. We greatly appreciate it. And listen, in this year strong, y'all, prepare for 2019 because your productivity is contingent on your preparation. All right? Y'all have a great Saturday and week ahead. Love you guys. And always remember, be positive. I need another hand. All right. Be positive, y'all. All right? See you guys.
Bye.